guests and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to Beyond the Money. I am Martelli with Kaizen Family Financial Consultants. In our show, we focus on the most important aspects of finance. We talk to interesting, qualified individuals, company representatives, entrepreneurs about complex financial concepts. Together, we break them down to easy to understand language. Our focus is to help you understand how to use these concepts to achieve your goals. And enjoy the peace of mind knowing that you have made the right financial decision. Come join us every Friday evening. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are doing wonderful. It is January the 21st, 2022. Guys, we are 20 days into the new year. Certainly hoping by now you have your plan solid, ready to go. We spoke of the success, how to accomplish this year, how to get what you need to accomplish, your goals, all the New Year resolution, how to stick with them last week. And if you didn't see that, we would highly encourage you to check it out on our YouTube channel or the Facebook channel, or just simply look up Beyond the Money on YouTube or Kaizen Family Financial on YouTube, and you will see that. And I certainly hope you and your family are doing fantastic and looking forward for another beautiful weekend. Hoping that somehow, some way, we get a nice weather again, like we had throughout the week. We've had some really good weather. I'm sure for some of us Floridian, that's winter, but we certainly are enjoying the cold for the short time that it's there. Today we have a great show for you. Again, it's Friday. You know what we do here. We speak about finance, important topics in finance, and just in personal growth, if necessary, when necessary, to help you accomplish your goals, to help you accomplish your financial goals, and of course your personal goals, to help you and your family be in a better place. We are here to protect you and your loved ones, and we do this by employing insurance strategies to help you have the proper insurance for yourself and your family. And if you are watching us live, you can always call us at 954-399-7878. If you are on Instagram, you can reach out to us as well, and we will be able to answer your questions. And if you're on Facebook or whatnot, but you can call, you can text us. What we really want to do is get in touch with you. Give us a call, 954-399-7878, and would love to get in touch with you. We're going to be talking about today the law of planning. It is a law, gentlemen, ladies, everyone who's listening. It is a law. It is a law to plan. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. We've heard that saying over and over again. But where did that came from? Where did that saying came from? If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Well, it is a law. It is law. It is biblical. It is in all the ancient wisdom books. It is wise to plan. It's always really good for anyone to plan. And as we know, if you're going to be building a building, or you're going to be building anything of sort, what you do first is make sure you have enough material, you have enough resources, for lack of a better word. You have enough resources for you to build that. That is a law. It's called the law of planning. Now, why do we want to start with that? Because what we do, the core of it is planning. The core of life insurance, the core of future plan, has to do with proper preparation. And when you plan, to plan with wise method, wise people, and the way you do that is you deal with companies, people that have experience, that are passionate about what they're doing, and that are in here for a long time. One of the issue that we have in our industry, and if I may spill the beans here, is that we have a lot of agents or agency who practice what back in the day, back in the 80s, they used to call fire and forget. What does that mean? When you're dealing with someone regarding insurance, regarding um, wealth management, wealth transfer, business transfer, business succession, planning for the future, a lot of time, if you deal with someone who practice what is called fire and forget, this person have no responsibility. They have no control responsibility post that sales to provide you any service to you. As insurance agents, we simply have to with by best interest laws, and it's a little, it's not as regulated as wealth management, as any wealth management professional, such as I am. Anyone with the high responsibility, the fiduciary responsibility, is by law to provide what is best for you as the client, what is best for you in your situation, what's going to make sense for you later in the future. And you want to take those into consideration. You really want to take those into consideration. A lot of times in our industry, in my industry, is with the insurance industry, life insurance to be more specific, is we have people who sell policy, it, things goes on. Let's say maybe you buy a term policy, you forget about it. You think, hey, this term is going to take me till the age of 80 and so on. And you're not really worrying about it. And when you do that, you are, most time you're really in for a surprise, because a lot of the time a term could be for 10 years, it could be for 15 years, for 20 years. And most people, if you don't keep up with your mail, if you don't keep up with what the communications are, with what you're receiving from the insurance company, you sometimes miss out. Maybe you have a certain time to convert the policy to a permanent policy if this was a term. Maybe they tell you, hey, your policy is going to expire in XYZ. In order to renew it, here's the new premium. And a lot of times we see that people are in shock that, hey, my agent told me this was for the long term, this was permanent, this was whole life, I was going to have cash value. And those are some of the things that is it in the industry that really, really, put a bad notation, just a bad taste to some of the consumers' mouth. Here at Kaizen Family, we are here to do business the right way. We are here to help you accomplish your dreams, your financial goals for your family. We take that seriously. And we thank you so very much for those of you who have choose to work with us. We show gratitude for people who choose to work with us, and we take what we do seriously. So if you are looking for anything life insurance related, long-term care, annuities, you are in the right place. We invite you to call us at 954-399-7878. We'll have your question live on the air, or you can send us a text if you're watching. Give us a question. We're happy to take your question and take it from take it from there. As I continue with the topic of law of planning and the things that I mentioned that are bad with our industry that have taken place, 30, 40 years ago, that we are now seeing the effect of. Remember, this purchase insurance, when you purchase life insurance, the bad things that are happening now, if we don't correct them, they are actually a problem for the future generation, for the future you, for the future family member. That's why you want to make sure when you plan properly. You plan with the people, the right company. Company matters a lot, as we've seen big major carrier that has been around from the 1800, as an example of MetLife. Some actuarial number didn't coincide. They were doing some business that just didn't work well for the book, and for that reason they had to go under. Now the company's still around. Farmers purchased the whole book for MetLife if you had a MetLife policy, whether it's in the property and casualty side, the home insurance side, or commercial business, whatever, to the life insurance side, your policy is still okay. Farmers is taking care of it. However, the major problem exists when we having companies that are going completely under. Those companies will go belly up. They were here yesterday and today they no longer here, and those are very problematic, especially with in my industry. And you want to make sure what you plan for is here. One of the ways to avoid that is to use carriers that are A rated, that are highly rated, A rate, A plus, AM Best. AM Best is the agency that rate the carriers. They are independent. Demotech is another agency. Agency. Moody, Fetch, and there's just a bunch of other carriers. But those are, agencies. Those are the biggest ones, and you want to make sure that whatever company you're dealing with on the insurance side, because you're buying things for 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 60 years later for the following generation. We want to make sure these companies are conservative. They are not taking such unnecessary risk with their, because that's the money that is backing up the promise they are making to you, the bilateral promise they are making to you on an insurance. When an insurance carrier, you say, "Hey, here's my premium. If something happened, I'm expecting X, Y, Z for myself and my family." That's a bilateral contract. It is a promise from the insurance carrier. Hey, when if X take place, here's how much money that will be, that you'll be receiving. Here's how much benefit. Here's how much of a face value. That is what is called a bilateral. It's one person that have to make the application. You have the obligation to pay the premium, but the carrier have the obligation to pay the face value for you. Again, we are here to educate. We are here to help you move forward, be better, enjoy, which is why we create this. We want to educate the people. We want to make them aware of when planning, what to look for. What do you look for? How do you choose the right agency? How do you choose the right agent, the right wealth management person? Well, here are some of the wisdom. Here are some of the things that you need to know in order for you to make the right choice. Okay. Again, carrier, you want it to be highly rated, A plus, double A, um, B plus, B rating, B plus. But once you don't want to go anything below that, it simply means they're not doing the right thing with their portfolio. Their portfolios are in trouble, and you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you want to deal with highly rated carriers that have been around for a very long time, that have proven to weather the financial storms, whether the crash of the 2000. We've had tons and tons, the meltdown we've had of the market of the 2008, and whatever else may be, stock market, real estate market. Those carriers, those companies handle their finances properly, and you want to make sure of that. Number two, when you plan, how do you know what your family going to do with that money? You don't. A lot of time you want to plan because you want to change the next generation. You want to give a gift to your family. Hey, so that whether it's if they're young children, you don't want them to struggle. If they're in their adulthood, you want to give them a step ahead by giving them some money that they can invest into a business. They can um, go after really what they're ambitious about, pursue certain dreams in life. Those are enough reasons for me to give as to what you want to do for your family. Now there are tons. There are many reasons to plan. Um, if we look at, sometimes it's due to health. You don't want your family to suffer if that person have a health issue, and if something happened to one of you, that other person, you're not here to take care of them, or he or she not here to take care of you. So you want to make sure you leave enough finance behind when you're no longer here, that your loved ones can be well taken care of. And it's a noble thing to do. You taking care of your family as a man, as a woman. It's a noble thing to do. It's a great thing to do. You're taking care of your children. You're making the world a better place. And there's nothing better than this. If you can ask me, hey, why do we exist? This philosophical question, why am I alive? Why are you alive? Why are we in? And part of it has to be to make this earth a better place. And when you plan ahead, when you take away people from, not only you take them away from poverty, now that person is in a position to give to others, give to somebody who is in need. Therefore, you have fulfilled part of your existence here, part of your purpose. I don't know what your purpose is, okay? I really don't know what your purpose is. But part of it has to definitely, no matter what, if we all can come here and leave this earth in a better place for the next generation, we have done our part. Partly, that is. I don't know the whole thing. We have done our part. Folks, if it's us, you're listening to Beyond the Money. If you just join in, we welcome you. Thank you. If you have any question, we'd love to hear it. If you're watching us on Instagram, on Facebook, reach out to us directly via phone 953997878. We want to hear from you. We want to talk to you. Maybe you're in traffic right now. Oh man, I mean, I know I was just on the turnpike not too long ago, coming from Miami, and it was a mess. Um, Thank God, thankfully, so far no accident. We have a clean road as of right now, but I'm sure 95 with the rain. So all that to say, drive safely while you're listening to us. But it's Friday night, and we want to take away just all the stress, all the hard industry lingo around finance, around insurance. Insurance, if I may say, do you speak insurance? Do you understand insurance? Do you know what it is? Most of us doesn't know. Most of us do not know, do not fully understand it. Therefore, you better off working with an expert who can guide you, who can give you the proper tips and how to do things. And more importantly, if you are not insured right now, we really encourage you to get in touch with us. 954-399-7878. Why? Because you can you don't want to afford you can't afford to go without having insurance, especially if you have responsibility. Maybe you don't have responsibility. It still makes sense because a lot of the policies now, they cover you in case something happened to you while you're alive, such as a stroke, a heart attack, a cancer, critical illness, in chronic injury, and many more that cover you. Something happened to you, you're still alive, you want to be sure that you have enough finances to take care of yourself. We will be touching today on the idea of infinity banking. It's a concept that has been around, that has been used by many people, and I wish to tell you something as fundamental to remind you as the rules of 72. A lot of time in finance, we go to school, we learned it, we forget it, but today you get a reminder. What is the rule 72? How to use it? What do you use it for? Um, well, the rule 72 is fundamental. It's fundamental in finance, and what it does, what most people uses it for, it's for dabbling your money. How does it work? So let's say you are taking $1,000, for example, and you want to know, if I invest this $1,000, how long will it take for it to become $2,000, for it to double? Using the rule of 72, you do that easily. And it's fairly easy math, okay? You take the percentage that you're receiving from wherever you're investing the money, 4%, 6%, 10%, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're receiving. Now, we may take into consideration whether or not that is variable or that is fixed or is it index. We'll touch on that slightly. I wish to tell you guys about that. I had a lot of questions this week on it, and I've had so many people who ask me about it, which is why I find it important to share one. What it does is it allows you to so again, $1,000 you invested. You say, hey, okay, how long is it gonna take to? I don't many. How long? How much time will it take to turn into 2,000? As an example, let's say you're having 4%. Just just a number. It doesn't matter. Maybe you know where to find 25% interest. Give me a call, okay? I want to know too. But you take that 4%, you divide it by 72. When you divide 72 by 4, you get the number 18. It means if you invest $1,000 at 4%, it will take 18 years to become $2,000. You say, "Whoa, that's a long time. Who got time for that?" Maybe you do, maybe you don't. We're not really taking that into consideration. We are simply determining, well, if I'm getting 4% here, maybe if I go down the street, they'll give me 6%. All right, let's see what 6% does. We divide 72 by 6. What is that equal to? 12. Whoa. What just happened? What just happened? We went from 4% to 6%, and we just shaved 6 years. So if we now receiving 6%, it will take us 12 years for our money to double. In this case, $1,000. Very simple, very easy to understand. But the important part is to see how much 2% or 200 basis point can do in terms of time and in terms of amount to grow your money. If we go from 4% to 6%, it shaves 6 years, and now we only have to wait 12 years and our money double. And that is an important concept of finance. It's so fundamental. You can afford not to know about it, know of it, know how to use it if you really looking to get ahead in finance. And again, thank you for all the people who ask questions about that. We really um, hope that this is something that is useful to you, that you can use. Again, if you are interested in anything that we're speaking of, we highly encourage you to reach out to us. Give us a call at 954-399-7878. We are an insurance agency. We're located in Cold Springs, Florida, and we are here to protect you and your loved ones. We want to protect you and your loved ones in case there is an accident, an ailment, a premature death, God forbid, in the family. Any of those unfortunate event takes place, you are protected. You are covered, my friend. And what that means is you have enough finance so that your family can move on, so that you can move on, so that you can still continue the lifestyle that you've had. To change lifestyle is very difficult. To go from living luxurious to living, for lack of a word, less luxurious is a very difficult thing. It's easier to go up, but it's much harder to go down. It normally requires a lot of changes. It normally requires lots and lots of changes. You have to change your home, your habitat, which you know as comfortable. Maybe you have to sell the bigger home to smaller home. You have to move from one area to the other. You have to change vehicle to the other. What you consider maybe the nice things of life, you have to change them. And nothing wrong with that. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's not an easy thing to do. And what you do is you plan so that the way you are in life, you don't go back down. You plan so that you can go up. You plan to go to the next level. You want to avoid that. And a simple call with us, 954-399-7878, we can help you with your insurance planning. What's the difference with, hey, maybe I go to my financial advisor, he take care of my insurance for me. Great, that's a good concept. However, most time financial advisors, which I am a former financial advisor, they are focused more on the growth of the portfolio, the maintenance of the portfolio, and because of that, it is a little bit harder to deal with. So please, 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 um, we really want to help you. Insurance is our expertise, and we use it for a lot of things. It's very versatile. There are specific policy that are very versatile, which I'll touch in a moment. The concept of infinity, we've heard it. Some of you may have heard it, some of you may have not, but it's an important concept. It works for a lot of people, and we wish to share it with you. Okay. And again, we share things that are relevant, that are important, that are actionable steps that you can take. And you can always reach out to us for further questioning. Maybe you're at work, you just want to take the number down and call us later, 954-399-7878, 954-399-7878. And we'll be glad to get in touch with you. As I continue, we just learned the rules of 72. Just as a reminder, you take the number 72, you take the interest rate that you're receiving, you can reverse it to get the percentage, you get the amount. We're not going to go through all that math. I can easily show you. However, that's not the purpose. The purpose is to help you see that it's a rules that to learn how to dabble our money. And so it's very fundamental you get to know it. You take the interest, 4, 6, 10, 15, whatever percentage that you are getting. You divide it by 72. It gives you in real time how much time it will take for your money to double. And that is absolutely crucial. You want to know that. You want to know that for proper planning, for just being able to make great use of your resources. Okay, folks, are you having fun? I wish to hear from you all. Give us a call. If you're in traffic, give us a call, 954-399-7878. If you have any question, we'd love to take your questions. Would love to hear from you. Give us a call, 954-399-7878. Okay, as I continue, I'll touch briefly before I get into the infinity banking thingy strategy. I'll touch briefly on insurance. Is our core products. We have a variety of products on insurance. We have a multitudes of carriers. So it's never really about a one fits all for us. When we sit down, we take a look at your planning, your situation, what is going to be now, and it's to what is going to be in your budget. That's very important. We want to avoid lapsing. We want to avoid having you paying tons of money but lapse. That took place back in the 80s, in the 90s, and it really didn't do you well. It destroyed anyone from having you pay tens of thousands of dollars into a policy and you let it go. That is not the purpose here. You want to plan with purpose. You want to do proper planning so that we can avoid lapsing. We can avoid all those things. Those are important. And more importantly, I want to tell you, if you have a policy, ladies and gentlemen, anyone have a policy, you wish for us to have a second look, you want a second pair of eyes on it, two things will happen. We'll confirm that you have a great policy, go on your merry way, and enjoy knowing that you have done the right thing for your family. Or if you wish, you may consider what just happened here. I think we are still on. Consider having us take a look at your policy and is, hey, improvement. There are some room for improvement, and we're able to help you improve and protect your family better, protect yourself better. And again, we'll have a course of action that you're able to take to make sure that that takes place. And ladies and gentlemen, if you for a lot of time I meet older clients who maybe had some sort of ailment. They have a stroke, they have a heart attack, they have a cancer. Person who's been in the military, they have TBI, they have some major concussions, and a lot of carriers will run from that. They will decline it automatically. Well, this is great news. There are coverage for you out there if you deal with the person who knows. There are ways for you to get coverage. If you are in such a situation and you want to get coverage, give us a call. 954-399-7878, 954-399-7878, and we'll be sure to help you take care of yourself. We'll be sure to help you. And other time is a person may retire, they're on a tight, strict budget, they were not able to pay a particular amount. They want to make sure, hey, if they have a policy, the policy is not going to shoot up. They're not, the policy is not going to increase because, again, their income stay fixed. If they have a policy that's increasing, we already know you have to live. Okay, if you're in your retirement, you have to live. You have to enjoy your life. So you don't insurance that's going to take away from your enjoyment, whether you have to consider paying the bills or paying that insurance, paying the bills or going out for food, for a drink with your friends, going out for dinners. We don't want that. We want to make sure that your budget is properly allocated for the insurance, and the insurance is never going to increase on you. So if you're in such a situation, give us a call. 954-399-7878, 954-399-7878, because we want to help you. And what I want to tell you further, hey, we will get into that infinity banking concept. I know a lot of people are excited to hear about it. A lot of time when we explain it to people, it sounds like, oh my gosh, can you do this? Hey, if you have questions, if you already know about infinity banking, if you want to call us live, 954-399-7878, we will be taking a break in a couple minutes just to make sure hey, we'll give you a little bit of time to relax, listen to some of the commercials, other businesses in the area. And at this time, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you. I'm very grateful to the production team, to Freddie, to Don, Slick, whoever is on, is behind the board, is making all the people that really come together to make this show possible. I appreciate you all. I'm grateful for you. I don't take that for granted, and I appreciate you putting all the work for us to be able to bring such great information and important concept to people, and we really appreciate you. And to all my listeners, we appreciate your time. Thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for giving us your attention, and we strive hard to bring you content that is good information, actionable. If it can't help you, can help somebody else. If you know somebody who is in that situation, you're welcome to give them the 954-399-7878. You're welcome to give us a call. Let us know, hey, so and so is needed. This year we spoke of goals last week, right? We are in this mentality, in this mindset of goal set, of resolution. Hey, this is the things I'm going to do for the year, um, and all that. And we're picking our word for the year, power words, and we want to. And Len is watching us. Len Lassell, thank you, Len, for your time. Thank you for watching. She is the CEO of It's Why. She's the CEO of. She's the identity coach. And one of the things, we have a group called IPP and a Power Partner. Anybody who is professional, hey, we deal with our own stress. Sometimes we may feel alone. We may feel like, hey, there's no help. I need some help. Well, IPP is a great organization for you to come check out. Feel free to look up Inner Power Partner, and you'll find a chapter near you, or we're in the process of setting a new chapter near you. And the point that I'm making is, for this year, one of the things we're encouraged is to pick words that we're going to live by the year. Pick words that are powerful, that defines us. What are we going to be, going after? And my word is consistency. Consistent action to deliver consistent results. And it's not so much of a word where I apply it in random. I apply it in everything that I do to be consistent, whether it's like exercise. Okay, how do we stay consistent to go to the exercise when we don't feel like it? Listen, guys, sometimes the feeling doesn't come until later. So get off the patty and do the work, and the feeling will come later. There is some study that were done back in the 40s by not it was a Harvard or Yale University. I believe it was Yale by a very smart guy. And the study that he did was he studied the electrical environment around bunch of animals. Started with eggs, and he went on to rodents. And to make a long story short, when he studied it with eggs, the the electron signature, it's almost sort of like a magnetic field around the eggs and things like that. Around the head area, they were very similar. There was always more concentration, and as it goes down, it's less concentration. And when he does the egg, salamander egg, duck egg, chicken eggs, I don't know, snake eggs, all kind of eggs, okay? They were identical, okay? Remember, an egg is, it's an egg. The animal hasn't come out yet. But when he did it around rodents, a certain rodents that are known to have cancer, to have the ailment or the disease, the signature, the electron signature or the magnetic field around the rodents were interesting. And what he found out were even rodents who that didn't have a certain ailment, that cancer, but the electron signature was the same, and they ended up developing cancer at some point. And what that taught us, the paper, what that taught him, is the fact that things are generated from inside out. A lot of time we think, okay, when the stress come in and this and that, it's all exterior factor that causes that. A lot of it is internal factors. We put ourselves in such a state by like feeling depressed and this and that and not doing certain things. We put ourselves in such a state to experience that, to make that come true. And what I want to tell you, what we all know, is that that's not it. Really, that is not it. That's not how you do things. So why am I saying this? Is to say, what are you not feeling like doing it? You don't feel like it, do it anyway. It's eventually you're gonna start feeling great. You're gonna start feeling awesome. You're gonna start really reaping the joy, the benefits. So consistency, stay consistent through the hard work, through the tough work, through the easy work. Stay consistent, okay? And if it's too easy, turn on the volume a bit, a little harder if you have control over that, or at least on the things that you have control over. Stay consistent. What's your word? Pick your word. If you wish to share with us, you can always reach out. See us at Kaizen FFC on Instagram. You can find my name, Martelli Adeka. You can visit our website, thekaizenfinancial.com. You can call us, 954-399-7878. And if anyone would love to stop by our office is located at 3301 North University Drive in Coral Springs, Florida. We highly encourage you to give us a call with the COVID back on the rise, and we hope that this thing go away very soon, guys. But with it on the rise, we want to be precautious, and we want to remind everybody, wash your hands, keep yourself clean, do all the things that the authorities are telling you to do to keep yourself protected. And with that, I will tell you, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll take a commercial break, and we'll be back in a short amount of time.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen. It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
Have you been injured in a car accident, slip and fall, or through the negligence of another? The lawyers at Shane M. Farnsworth, PA, have over 40 years of experience representing injured individuals and their families. Call us today at 561-272-8337 for a free case evaluation and the answers to your legal questions. Were you injured in an accident that wasn't your fault? Don't let the insurance companies take advantage of you. Contact us now to learn about your options and protect your rights.
Hello, guys. Back. We are back with you. Are to Beyond the Money. It is a show development. The important topic that help get yourself in a better position financially. We are the expert. We are your go-to person, agency, company wants to life insurance, long-term care, annuity, all of those things we are an expert on, and we offer a variety of products to protect you, your family. We exist to help protect you and your family so that you can always make the right decision, to make the better decision for them. And guys, we've taken a break with many things already in our show today. If you're just now listening to us, you have a question? Can you hear me? Okay. Um, I thought somebody had a question, but it's not for us. I apologize on that. Continue. We're going to be talking about infinity banking. It's a concept that is now taking the mainstream media. It's a lot of books written about it, and we want to share with you about it. This way you can again use that information to make proper decision. What is infinity banking? What is the process of being your own bank? All these terms referring to the same thing. So we are going to touch on it briefly. One of the policy is an insurance concept. It's a technique. And just before telling you about it, I'll tell you three things. You have infinity banking, and before understanding infinity banking, you have to understand interest rate. And there's three types. Well, I'll talk about three main type of interest rates for right now. There's fixed interest rate, there is variable interest rate, and there's index. What are the difference between the three? What are they? What do they do? What do they mean? Fixed interest rate is what it is. It's fixed. It means it's stagnant. It's constant. It's the same. It doesn't change. For example, we can use the number 5%. You get 5% in a year. You get it every year for the longest time that is possible. Whatever the time is the investment is. If you get 10%, it's 10%. That's fixed. It's the same. It's constant, as I mentioned. Very easy to understand. However, with variable, it changes. So as an example, if you have a policy, a whole life insurance, what does that mean? When they say you have cash value, the company give you guarantee. What does that mean? Guarantee means, for example, they're gonna give you 4%. The insurance company take all the risk. You pay them a premium. The premium partly pay for your insurance, and partly goes into a pot that starts saving you money. On that money you save, they give you 4% a year. Normally start in the third year with most carriers, but they give you 4%. Now, 4% doesn't sound a lot, But what works tremendously is compound interest, which we can talk about another time due to time. Compounding interest. When interest is compounding, it grows quick, it grows fast. And compound interest means you get 4% this year on $10. Let's just 4% on $100. It's only $4, but next year 4% on the same $100 now on $104 and continue and so on and so forth. Compounding interest is an interesting concept. I'll certainly touch on it the following show that we have coming up. Again, for those of you who listen to us, Friday 6 to 7 is the time. You can always check us out on the social media or YouTube, Facebook, or the radio if you're listening to us on the radio. And so that's fixed. You get 4%, 4%, 4%. The variable interest, think of it more like a stock. You hear of the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, the NASDAQ, on all those indices. You hear all of those things. That simply means those give variable interest. For example, within the last 5 years, as an example, year 1, you get 10%. Year 2, you get 9%. Year 3, you get 10%. Year 4, you get 14%. Year 5, you drop to 20%. So it's doing this. It's going up and down, up and down. And year 5, you're losing interest on everything you have earned together. So if within 5 years you get 40% up, and now you down 20% in year 5, you down 20% in the entire portfolio. Now, what is indexing? Indexing is when the market go up. S&P 500. Let's just use this, which are the 500 companies in the United States. That's what that means. Russell 2000, the 2000 company, NASDAQ. We have another time for this. Now, with indexing, when the money go up, you earn money. Maybe you have a cap, but just to make it easy, you cap at 10%. When the money go up, you make money. When the market go up, you make money. With the market, you go up. Your money goes up. When the market lose money, you don't. You stay at a zero floor. So same example. Year 1, you got 10%. Year 2, you got 9%. Year 3, you got 12%. So now you up, bunch of you up 20, 19, you up 30 something percent. Year 4, the market goes down. You stay, you don't lose money. Maybe you only receive a 0% interest. That is a very important things, because with variable, your money go up and down. With indexing, it goes up, it locks, it waits for the next moment, the market go up. Then you kind of think about it always going up. That's what indexing means. Now, there's a catch to it. It may sound too good to be true. I'm not saying that. Most time you are capped. You're capped out of 10%. If the market go 20, 30%, you only receive 10%. That's simply what that means. And so that is simply what that means. And that is simply what that means. You're capped at a certain percent. And I apologize here. Someone on Instagram is telling me they cannot hear the audio. I am not sure why, but it seems the audio is picking up. I'm hoping that it get back on Instagram, guys. I appreciate you letting us know that. So that's what indexing is. It's a great thing. The reason most time if you cap, if the market go up, let's just say, just to say, strictly speaking, you go up 50%, you're only going to get 10%. Now, it's not a bad thing. There are other ways. There are other ways to go with that. Some carrier can go higher in the percentage you can participate. At the same time, you're willing to take some loss as well. With investing, the more risk, the more rewards. The risk always equal to the rewards. Now, within the last few minutes, and we have 5 minutes left, we will make sure that we touch on infinity banking. How does that work? When you have some money, you receive some money, you have some money saved, you want to make sure you put the money into an insurance policy. It could be an IUL, Index Universal Life. It could be a VUL, Variable Universal Life. And when you give them the carrier the money, you turn around, you borrow a certain quantity against the money. So you give 100 grand, you borrow 100 grand. Just for strictly speaking, you give 1,000, you borrow 1,000. Now, what's happening is your 1,000, when it's structured properly, let's just use easy numbers, guys. Let's say you are receiving 7 interest rate, which is pretty high for the environment that we are in. And interest rate is really low. We all know that. Market is taking a beating. We don't want to go into that. When it's, let's say you're receiving 7%. Let's use that number. And when you borrow, you give 1,000, you're receiving 7% on it, you're receiving $70 a year. You borrow the 1,000, your borrowing rate, your interest rate you pay to borrow is at 4%. Now you're paying 4% on that 1,000, $40. If you're receiving 7, you're paying $40 to borrow, you are up 3%. You are still up $30. That's the concept with infinity banking. That's the concept. You now using your money, now your money is working for you. You have a certain insurance policy on it, and you're still able to use that money. So it's, for lack of a win-win. I hope that makes sense. And again, if you have any question, our number is 954-399-7878. 954-399-7878. We're here. We want to help you. Am I saying to just go ahead and go with infinity banking? Not at all. In fact, what I always recommend is to have a mixture of all three, because one of the vehicle can go south. You have the other two working for you. You want to have a proper balance of, the fixed interest rate, the variable interest rate, and even that indexing type of interest rate. And you want to leverage your money. And we're not taking the bank out, by the way. When people say bank your own money, we're not taking the bank out. You really can't take the bank out if you want to think about it that way. You need them. Do you want to be able to access your money from traveling to Europe? Well, the bank does that well. You do not want to take out, start traveling with loads of money. You're creating a major problem. So we need the bank, but we are using the system to make sure we can get a little bit ahead. Give us a call, 954-399-7878. I certainly thank you so much for listening to us. I certainly hope this was a helpful show, helpful hour. Thank you for listening. And we are looking forward to connect with you. Give us a call, 954-399-7878. And thank you again to the production team, Freddie, Don. Thank you, Slick. Thank you, everybody, for giving us their time. Thank you, listeners, for watching us. We appreciate you, and we're looking forward to get in touch with you. We can't wait. We always love helping, and that's our DNA. We can't help you. We're looking forward to talk to you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. If you choose to work with us, call us at 954-399-7878 or visit us at the Kaiser